Okay, I think we are live. Let me check over here on our other platforms. How are you today, ma'am?
Good afternoon. I am doing well. How are you?
I am good. I am so good. I know it's weird not to see either one of us today, but
Where are we? We're just
whoa.
out there somewhere.
Yes, we are out here in what is this like internet world, yeah?
The
Out here.
internet.
We are out here in the interwebs doing interweb things. So let me find us over here on TikTok. And thank you everyone for joining us. I
Thank
am
you.
Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. I am Kim.
Hi. Hi.
Nice
When
to hear from you.
nice to hear from you too. I am trying to find Man Lake here so I can jump into this live. Here we go. And let me share it out. Let's see.
We are Man Lake.
We are Man Lake. Yes. All right. Nobody's over there from here. So let me share this.
Yes, it's a little different today. Well, last week you had done something very similar, but it was not, it was with you.
Yeah, last week we did managing mites through a honey flow, which I
Mm.
apologize, guys. That was a very short one. I think I was just a little scared because Kim wasn't with me. So maybe we can do that, expand on that a little more, maybe
Oh,
in
maybe
this.
we'll have some questions from it. I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed that it was shorter. I did watch it. I thought it was very interesting. We always have a lot of questions regarding what mite treatments are safe to use with honey supers on. So I thought it was wonderful and informative. And it doesn't have to take forever to talk about.
For
Get to the
sure.
point sometimes,
Get to the point.
They
Get
want
to
to
the
know. They want
point.
to know which ones are safe.
Absolutely. Well, while we're waiting, we'll wait a few minutes for everyone to join. Let me share this out, guys. Please feel free to share this because we do have some
Yes, please share
important
it.
information to talk about here beforehand. I don't know if everybody has seen the communication that is going out. So let me repost this. Kim, feel free to repost on your end. Guys, please share this out.
Hmm.
Share and like. If I can remember how to share it. Hang on just a second.
It's always a struggle every week to figure out what's
Right? I can
going
never
on,
remember
what
what I'm doing.
technologies we
Okay.
need to do. Thank you, everybody, for
Here we go.
joining us today. You are just hearing our voices and looking at bees. That's okay. We had a little change of plans, which, when you're beekeeping, you know that happens.
Yeah.
You have to do what you got to do. And while the weather where I am said the rain was going to stop this afternoon, I lit my smoker and had it going nice, and then it rained.
It rains.
So it's
So,
still raining a bit, and I'm not going to go in there. I don't have to go in there. I mean, it would be nice to check and see what's going on, but
for
it's not
sure.
super imperative that I get in there today, even with the rain. So I'm just going to not get them all riled up and go in there when it's raining. So
Okay.
we are just going to be here away from the hive. So I'm sorry if you joined looking for a live hive inspection. We hope to bring that to you next week, and we'll just talk to you today.
Sure. So let me put something up here on the screen that might pique your interest while we
Hmm.
are talking about something. I'm going to show today we actually are going to be talking about robbing behavior. So I'm going to show something that may look like robbing behavior, but in the meantime, while that is going, we do have something that we want to talk about. So we want to take a moment from this important communication that was sent out to our customers from our.
Steph, it's a little muted.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you are.
Is
You're
that
you're
better?
you're good now. You're good
Okay.
now.
All
I don't
right.
know if it
How's
has
that?
something to do with the video,
Oh,
but
okay. I'm
you're good.
sorry.
You're
Okay.
good.
So let me just, so like I was saying, a communication was sent out from our CEO, Rob Wright. I'm not
Oh.
sure. I know some of you have seen it. If you've seen
Hmm.
it, amazing. Please let us know down in the chat if you've seen it. But the communication focuses on a serious issue that American beekeepers are facing. So even though honey consumption in the United States is very high, as we know, we all eat honey, right? I love it.
Oh yeah.
Beekeepers here, we are supplying a much smaller share of that honey than we've done in the past. And that's a problem. And it's a huge problem because the major concern is imported honey that may be mixed with cheaper based syrups, but
Hmm.
still sold to shoppers as real honey. So I guess
Hmm.
we can all see what the issue is here.
Exactly. Yeah.
This can drive sale prices down and make it harder for American beekeepers to compete and leave the customers unsure about what is actually in their honey and what they're purchasing. So, what Rob Wright is doing is working with the American Beekeeping Federation and the California State Beekeepers Association to encourage the government to establish a clear standard of identity for honey and stronger enforcement.
Wow.
So, what he's done is sent out this communication that has a jot form where you can add your name to a letter
Hmm.
that's being out to the Secretary of Health, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., tomorrow. So, if you've received the communication and you would like to support the effort, definitely please take a moment to add your name. We would
Hmm.
love to have you support the cause. That jot form is available on our socials. So take a moment, go look for it. If you can't find it, please let us know. We're happy to get that out there for you.
Absolutely. I didn't check lately how many signatures, but there was quite a bit
I know.
earlier.
The last I knew, and this was early this morning, guys. So the last count I had heard was over 1,200 signatures on it.
Amazing. Because
So,
really, that
mhm.
just went out yesterday. Was that yesterday or
I'm
the
not
day
I'm not
before? I can't
sure
remember
when
now.
it went out, but I know that the last first count I heard was 900, and then
Hmm.
just within a few hours it had gone up to over 1,200. So if we can get it out there and push that out there, and you know what that means, guys? It just means we're gonna get better honey here. Like, we're not
Hmm.
gonna get this adulterated honey. We need to stop seeing that on our shelves and seeing what
Hmm.
we actually put out there as beekeepers. We know what we have. So we want to see that on our shelves, and this is how we do it.
It's great.
Yep. Okay. So if you want any more information about that, like I said, just reach out. We're happy to get that to you. But that letter's going tomorrow. So we need your signatures ASAP. Okay, now on to the next one. Kim has provided us with this video, and this is the time of year, Kim, right?
Hmm.
For a lot of people, they're going to see this activity, which is not what we're going to be talking about, but it looks
It does look, yeah.
it looks very similar to robbing behavior. So let's go ahead and jump into robbing behavior here. See here. Okay, so one moment, bear with me. Let me make sure I have everything pulled up. Can you guys see everything?
Well, I can, but
Okay,
I,
perfect.
I'm supposed to.
Okay, so let's just give a quick definition of what robbing is. Robbing is just foragers from another colony invading another hive to steal honey or syrup from that hive. And
Hmm.
it's usually triggered by a dearth or exposed feed or
Hmm.
honey. Weak, small, queenless, or recently split colonies are the easiest targets because they just don't have enough reinforcements there.
Mm,
So,
that makes sense.
this can become an issue quickly because the smell of honey, it's just going to trigger more robbers to that area. And if you guys have ever seen a robbing frenzy, you already know that can be an issue. Kim, I'm sure you've seen
Hmm.
it. I've seen it. It's an interesting thing to see, but it's definitely it can cause concern if you've never seen it before.
Oh yeah, it's hard to watch.
It is hard to watch. Okay.
Yeah, especially if you care about your bees in that manner and you only have a few hives that you're really trying to keep healthy and population up, it's really hard to see robbing behavior. So,
Mhm. Absolutely. All right. We'll move to the next slide. Let's see. Okay, there you go.
okay, well this is great. So why does robbing happen? So you want to think of it as a colony level hunger alarm. They're not bad bees. This is just a type of behavior. And usually, like most things, there's a chain reaction. So the main chain reaction we have here is the dearth. And as you go forward, the strong forager force, weak defense, sweet smell, open access. All of those are going to be a chain reaction for robbing. So the nectar stops, but the colony population remains high. So for one, they aren't able to get, go out and forage for nectar. They still have a high population. What are they going to do right now? Not much to do. So foragers switch from gathering flowers to searching for any sweet resource. And this could be, typical as what you would see in the beginning of spring before you really see especially like pollen. I know in the beginning of spring, before there's a lot of pollen out for the bees to collect, they're over at my chicken coop trying to get into the feed. They need the protein. So this is similar. When they don't have the flowers to gather for nectar, they're going to look for any sweet resource. You may see them all over if you if you make your own nectar for hummingbirds, you may see them all around there where you hadn't seen them there before. Also, a weak entrance becomes the loose lid on the cookie jar, so to
Mhm.
speak. And
Thanks for joining.
oh, great. Hi, Erin. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, and thanks
Chime
for
in.
joining over
Chime
on the
in with anything.
TT.
Yeah, let us know if you have any experience with robbing or, if anything we're saying isn't making sense or you want to go
Please
over
stop.
it some more, let
Yes.
us know. So sometimes we
User,
go a
thanks
little
for
fast
joining.
and maybe it doesn't make sense. But
Mhm.
yeah, a weak entrance. So that just means they're able to not that they're wanting it, but they're kind of allowing other bees to be able to get in there. You have a large entrance available. They don't have an opportunity to put a lot of guards out there. This
Mhm.
is a great time to reduce your entrance or to use your entrance reducer if you haven't. You can put it on that smallest setting, so they just have little, less areas that they have to keep guard bees there.
V Okay. Thank you, Uncle Steve. So flip your reducer, right? That's what
That's
we're
a,
gonna do.
that's a good one. That's an easy one you can do in the beginning when you start to notice that you're going through a dearth. There's not much nectar. They're not foraging quite as much. The easiest thing you can do right away is to get that entrance reducer on there, put it on the smallest setting, and make sure
Right.
there's not a lot of entrances for other bees
To
or bugs
right.
to get into. So not
Right.
only other honeybees, but you have wasps and um, you know other types of
Pests,
yeah
yeah.
pests.
So maybe a good time to do like a little I know we always look at our boxes too, but maybe this is a good time to do a little walk around and say, "Hey, there's a little
Mhm.
hole in this box. Maybe I should look and see, do I need to do something? Are the bees propolizing it? What's happening in
Mhm.
here?" Because robbing season, guys, this is when those yellow jackets, the wasps, they'll get into those little holes. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yes, and we've seen it with our own eyes carrying bees away.
Yes,
It's so
yes.
hard to see that. So yeah, closing up any extra entrances or holes, like Steph said, it's a great opportunity to go around and do
Mhm.
that now before it becomes a big issue.
Yep, yep, because, by fixing those small holes now, it will save you from losing your entire hive later, guys, truly. It
Mhm.
really will. So, next slide here is when to be on high alert. And as Kim said previously, early spring before that first major flow, be on high alert then. And then also in the late summer and fall, after that main flow ends, they're gonna be out there looking. They're gonna be out there looking for the food because it's just not available for
Mhm.
them. Um, After a honey harvest, they're gonna smell your supers. You have your wet frames, you have exposed cappings, you have spilled honey likely. We're gonna get into that too because that's something Kim and I don't practice is spilled honey, exposed capping. So we'll talk about that, but
Mhm.
try and clean up after yourself because these are things that will cause robbing. And I would personally not like to think that my bees were robbed because I left exposed cappings or I had spilled honey out there and it was absolutely on me.
Mhm.
That would just devastate me. And then during feeding, especially, and guys, this could be a hot topic. I know.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people practice this next thing here, so we'll talk about it. We'll dive a little bit deeper into it. But open and external feeding and leaky gear. So these
Mhm.
these are times that you're going to see some robbing action and when to be on high alert. So we can go on to Kim. Do you want to talk about this next, sometimes controversial?
Sure.
topic. Okay. All
But
right.
first, we have a comment from Jason
Okay.
on Facebook who says, I probably need to put on my entrance reducer to the biggest setting. Will my bees be all right with one even on all year long? And in my opinion, yes. There are those that don't use entrance reducers at all, perfectly fine. And then there's those that use entrance reducers all the time, and that's fine too. My suggestion would be
This
depending
is
on where you're located, switch to a mouse guard for
mm-hmm.
winter. You could even do an entrance reducer with a mouse guard if you wanted to.
Yes.
Like if you wanted to just keep the entrance reducer on there and then add a mouse guard to the outside, only because mice are able to eat through the wood on the entrance reducer and they can eat through enough where they can squeeze through and they would be able to fit through the biggest setting. So otherwise, though, I know that there's plenty of beekeepers that have their entrance reducer on all
All
year.
year.
So,
Yep, I keep mine on all year and until but here we're in Pennsylvania, so we do have mice. I have been scared by them in my hive. So I keep the mouse guard on there. When it becomes winter time, I'll just put the mouse guard on there for sure.
hmm yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jason.
We have some. Okay, this is a great topic, and if anybody wants to chime in, please do.
Please chime in.
Open feeding. So, what is it? And if you know, let us know. If you're not sure, and we're going through this, just let us know if you have any further questions with it. So, this is basically feed that's placed on the outside of the hive where any bees can access it. So, again, examples would be buckets, trays, pans, exposed sugar, or even wet equipment. I know for a lot of beekeepers, after you use your extractor, you just want to set those frames out for the bees to clean up, which probably works great until it doesn't. So it may seem easy because it can feed many colonies at once. It seems great, and the only issue, well, one of the issues, the beekeeper can't control who takes the feed. So not
Mhm.
only are you feeding your own bees, you could be feeding the neighbor's bees,
Mhm.
bees a mile away. You could be feeding the yellow jackets, the
Sure.
European hornets, which are really, really a big issue with our honeybees. You could be feeding a lot of things. You could even, by having that feed out and that smell could bring in
Could be
skunks,
strong.
bear,
Absolutely.
other types
Mhm.
of bigger pests that you don't want around.
For sure.
So is it convenient? Yes, it absolutely is. Is it controlled? No. So, obviously we're all adults. We can make our own decisions and decide what works best for you. If this works best for you and, great, then we're not trying to, we're not
Eh,
trying to tell you
mm,
what to do. We're just trying to give you all the options, let you know, because there's plenty of people that beekeep without fencing too. So, I mean, it just depends on your experience. We're just letting you know what can happen.
And also, we're also just trying to tell you how to prevent robbing at this time of year.
Exactly.
Mhm.
hmm
So
Yep.
if you're trying to prevent robbing, maybe open feeding isn't the best at this time of
hmm
year for you. Mhm.
Right. Yeah. I don't mind doing a feed on the outside of my hive. I typically use a mason jar with the oh my gosh, now I can't, with the
The
little,
Boardman feeder.
yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're
And I'll
welcome.
put that on the outside of my hive. But during this time of year, well, I've now switched to inside feeding, but typically when I got started for the first couple of years, I was doing
Hey,
outside like
Tops.
that. And then this time of year, I would bring it on the inside. Now it just seems easiest to always feed them on the inside. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, there's certain times a year where it's fine to be doing it outside the hive.
Sure. I mean, I do it too. Like, it's
hmm
just, it depends on what your goals are. And again,
Exactly.
today our topic is how to prevent robbing. So,
Yeah.
okay. So we can go,
Hello. Hello. Thanks for joining. Thank you for liking everybody.
yes, thank you so much. Oh, wow. We have so many. Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Much appreciated. Okay. So now let's continue on and we'll talk about exactly why it can be risky.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does attract a large number of foragers to one food source. So that's
That's true.
always going to be an issue. And once the feed runs out there, they're going to search the nearby hives for more, causing robbing of those hives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I thought you
Oh, no,
moved
that's
on.
okay.
I was just making
She
sure we weren't supposed
said,
to move on.
please hurry up. Thank
No, no,
you.
go back.
Okay. So strong colonies can, now, this is when your strong colonies, they'll take over these weak colonies. They'll eat their hives completely out of all the stores they have. And then what's going to happen? N- They're going to be left with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're going to have to, think about how are we going to feed these bees now? They've left with no stores. And then there's more competition, there's
Mm-hmm.
lots of stress on these bees, and then there's all this fighting. So this is why open feeding can be risky this time of year. It's the dirt, they're out there searching, and we just don't want all this on our bees.
No, we don't.
What okay, let's see. Distance it from your colonies. Yes. Okay. When I community feed, the feeder is 100 yards from my apiary. Now, tops, I know do you see like a lot of how do you do it this time of year? Like when how do you do it? What time of year do you do it? Do you do it all year round or when you're feeding?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
It's a good question.
Also, the picture was the same, which is why I was not reading what you had written there.
Sorry.
So I thought it was the same thing. I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
am I
I'm
missing it?
I'm
It was
sorry I
me. It's
used the same
me.
picture. That's
It's
my
fine.
fault. I
No,
should
that's
have
me.
should
I'm
have been better.
distracted.
Should
No,
have been
I'm
better.
just distracted.
Oh, I will open
I can't
feed later.
multitask anymore.
Top top says I will
Yeah,
open feed later. Yeah.
it
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yep.
we're not saying it's bad to do all the time, but there are
No.
just certain times where it wouldn't be,
Mhm.
great to do.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let's you want to move on then?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so robbing signs.
this is where Kim wanted me to move on to.
We love a storm, you
We
know?
do.
So, I mean, not necessarily with your
And I
bees,
love
but
wrestling.
that's true. That's true. They do look like they're wrestling. If they were only wrestling a little bit, that would be okay. But
Yeah, just a little.
we don't need to, to the end of life. Fighting, wrestling, bees tumbling at the entrance, or bees darting side to side, not flying straight in the hive. Bees trying cracks, seams, back corners, inner cover gaps, trying to seal those up. Or if you notice that you have a lot of bees around those areas. If you see wax flakes or torn cappings near an entrance, almost looks like sawdust. That's not a good sign. I remember the first time I saw that and had no idea what it was
Oh,
um,
yeah.
outside the hive, because they had been robbing a hive. Or actually, I think somebody had left a frame out. And when and it did not take long for them to completely just go through
Tear it
that whole
up.
entire,
Yeah.
yeah, to go through the whole
Mhm.
frame. And then we came back out and looked, and all you could see is just, it looked like little sawdust everywhere. It was cool to see, but also very strange.
It is when you see it for the first time because 'cause you're like,
Hmm.
"Oh my goodness, what has gotten into my
Yeah,
hive?" Until
how is
you
there sawdust?
realize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you'll see that on the inside as well. You'll see that on your bottom board.
Yep.
And also dead or dying bees will be increasing on the landing board there. So similar to that picture, you might see a lot of dead bees. It's a very aggressive site. You will see a lot of dead bees lying around on the landing board, as also on the ground.
Yeah.
So if you see grappling, wrestling, and wax
Tumbling.
pits, you better act fast if you see
Act
them
now.
tumbling around. Bees are kind of clumsy though. Did you ever notice that?
I like to watch listen,
Hmm.
I see them falling off of the entrance sometimes, and they're so graceful flying, but when they're just doing everyday activities on that bottom board, I'm like, "Why are
No,
you
it's
so
so funny.
clumsy?"
I love to watch slow motion videos of bees, like being
Yes.
clumsy, and they
Mhm.
constantly hit the fence. Not that it bothers them, but you can see it, and then they're
Yes.
just like, "Roar," just like coming
Yes.
in, so funny. But if you notice like actual I mean, look, even in this picture, if you just, we know what fighting looks like. It's very aggressive. You're gonna get a gut feeling about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You'll know the difference between that and just bees, heavy with pollen running into each
Mhm.
other is a little different for sure. Mhm. Okay, well, now that we've talked about wrestling
Yeah.
bees, I love
What do
it.
we need to do next? If we have to
So,
act fast,
act fast. Okay, well, actually,
okay, we're gonna hold on to that thought because
we are
this
gonna
is good to know.
yes, we are gonna talk about what looks different here. So,
Hmm.
because things do look different, we wanna know what are we seeing. So,
Hmm.
this Kim's gonna explain.
I am okay. So sometimes it is hard to tell the difference between robbing, orientation flights, or even swarming, um, especially if you haven't seen any of those things before. You're not sure what you're looking at. And this is something that maybe looks like it could be swarming. Maybe it looks like, are they fighting? What's going on here? So this video was taken later in the day, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it's a typical afternoon for my bees. This is something that they will do. I noticed it for a couple of days straight, and this is rush hour basically. So we have a lot of new bees that will become foragers, so they need to figure out where their hive is. If you notice, you can see a lot of them doing these figure eights in front, and they're just trying to recognize where their hive is before they go out, become foragers and come back. And there's just a lot of maybe new bees that are going to be doing that. So that's why you'll see a lot of bees on the front like this. And you'll see up at the top, you'll see bees coming and going. Maybe the drones are leaving, maybe they're coming back for the day, foragers, regular foragers coming back. There's just a lot of activity going on. Being
Yeah.
as this is later in the day, most likely not a swarm.
Yep.
And this really only lasts about 15, maybe 20 minutes. I like to watch it every afternoon after work. It's very entertaining. And they will do this on especially hot days too. So that's why it can look concerning. Are they swarming? What's going on? You can usually tell by the time of day
Yep.
and the fact that they're not all rushing out of the hive, and they're not, it doesn't look like they're actually going anywhere, right? So they're just kind of staying in this one area, and they're just trying to recognize their hive. So that could be confusing, but the more you see, the more you'll sort of recognize the different things that they do, and you just want to keep an eye on it.
Hmm. Okay. So, yeah, let's jump into exactly what you are. So, that's orientation flight. Like
Hmm.
Kim said, every day when she gets off of work in the afternoon, the young bees are out there and they are just going out memorizing the location of those hives. So they're doing loops, hovering, figure eights, practice flights. There's no fighting, there's
Hmm.
no wrestling, there's no grappling, there's no wax debris. But so that's gonna be your orientation flight. With robbing, it's gonna happen during this dearth period. It's gonna
Hmm.
be all day long, right? They're hungry all day. It's not just gonna be in the afternoon. They're
Right.
gonna go right at the entrance,
Hmm.
anywhere they can get in. They're gonna zigzag, they're gonna dart around, they're gonna frantically just be everywhere trying
Hmm.
to get in. You're gonna see dead bees, you're gonna see that wrestling, fighting, that wax is everywhere, shredded, and you're just gonna smell honey. And that is so
Hmm.
true too. You will smell honey when you go out there and think, "What in
Hmm.
the world is happening?" And then you see it, and then
Right.
it just sets in, you know what's happening. So
Yeah.
let's see what's happening next here.
That's so true. And you'll learn to recognize too, and just watch them for a period of time, and you'll
Mhm.
be able to tell the difference, even though it does seem, a little worrisome. So,
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
And some other lookalikes, a busy entrance is a bee soap opera, which is true, and it is why I think a lot of us like to watch them
Yeah.
and set up our chairs so we can see what's going on. We're just as nosy. And robbing is only one plot line. So one, you have bearding, heat. So this will be because of the heat or because of ventilation. They want to hang outside, kind of like a curtain. They're kind of all just hanging there. Basically looks like a beard. So that's why it's called that. You'll have most of them come on the outside of the hive, just trying to regulate
Sorry,
the
I just wanted to show
temperature.
this beard here real quick. I know there's a cute little turtle there, but I think in the picture you can kind of see some bearding back there on Kim's hive.
Yeah, I know some of you have posted pictures of crazy amounts of bearding, like the whole
Hmm.
front, which I wish I could have found, but I just thought this picture was funny because we snapped a picture.
I thought it was cute too, so I put it in there. Okay, and back to it, Kim. Sorry. Okay.
Two would be washboarding.
Okay,
These
1 second.
are rows of bees rocking back and forth in this kind of position. They're kind of all doing it at the same time, if you can see that. Slow up and down, back and forth. Very, very interesting. I know this is kind of like a mystery, but yet some we know a little bit as to why they do it. But it is sort of a mystery. But you'll tend to see this a lot during like the end of summer, during
Yeah.
a dearth when there's not much for them to do and they want to regulate the temperature. They want to get some ventilation, but there's not much for them to do. They don't have anything to forage on. They aren't able to really bring back much pollen. So you will, see the bees. You can see them coming back, but not many. They're mostly on the front there, just moving up and down like that, which is really, actually, this is probably one of the most fascinating things to me to watch because they don't do this activity a lot. And I think I noticed them do it a few times last summer, but not often. So it's
Yeah.
really, really cool to see how they all just move in that direction at the
Like they're in a
same time.
trance. Yeah.
Yes. I know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So has anyone ever seen this before from your hives?
I think I've only seen it at when we had the bee yard at work is the only
Mm-hmm.
time I think I've ever witnessed it. I've never seen it on my own hives.
Yeah.
Ha Yeah, has anyone seen it? That's so cool.
Oh, we have a comment. I think it's on YouTube. Hello from South Arkansas. Hello. Are some breeds more prone to rob than others? That is a great question. What do you think, Steph?
I would I mean, I would guess it would depend. Well,
That is a good
how
question.
hungry are they?
Exactly. So I'm sure there's other people that can chime in that know more than I do, but in my experience, it was really whoever. It wasn't one set breed.
No, that's yeah, I would
Yeah.
just think it would be who's the hungriest,
Hmm.
honestly, who's got
Stronger colony.
yeah, stronger colony and going for the weakest colony. I don't know that it necessarily depends on a breed.
Hmm. In fact, we had a robbing situation a couple years ago here at our hives, and my husband's robbed mine, which was really rude. And we had the same, well, I mean, as far as we knew, they were the same breed.
I mean, and then there are I'm looking now. Some people do think that the Italians have strong robbing tendencies for
Mm,
towards weaker colonies. So, but then you think though, Italians are also known to have really big, strong colonies. So
exactly. Yeah,
it
yeah. So
you
that's
have to
kind of a
think,
hard. Mhm.
yeah, if you have a big, strong colony, and maybe if your breeds are big and strong like that, that you just have to look at something like that, take that into factor. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Let's see.
Okay.
Carnolians might be less prone to robbing. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Sorry,
All
let me get
right.
back
Oh,
to
that's
that.
okay. We love our washboarding. We're
We
doing some
do.
wash. What if someone stuck out little like clothing out there? Okay, so three, we have cleansing flights, and many bees leave after confinement. You'll see lots of poop spots. This would be
Yay.
typical early spring, or anytime you're having some sort of weather where they're confined for a while. So we've had a bunch of rain, but because our weather has been really warm, they are still going out and foraging. Not maybe not in torrential downpour like we've been having. So if I go out tomorrow, I may see a lot of poop around there. They do
Mhm.
enjoy going to the bathroom on our white
Hi,
cart.
Bob.
So we see a lot of that.
Yeah, we have a comment on over here. Orientation flights happen this time of year, and people mistake it for robbing. Yes, they do. We actually did dig deep into that, and let me go back to that video, Kim, if you don't
Yes,
mind.
I don't mind.
We did show that.
Mhm.
This is Kim's bees during an orientation flight. This was just a few weeks ago, yeah, or just a few days ago?
Actually, they're still doing it. So this
Okay.
video was taken a couple weeks ago, but they'll do it not quite as often, but I think it depends on the time of year, or not time of year, but like how many bees are coming out.
Yes.
If that
Yes.
makes sense. Sorry, I just thought maybe I lost power, so I was
No, no,
distracted.
that makes sense.
But yeah, so it just depends. Like if you have a lot of bees that are maybe emerging, and then so the next set of bees are going to be foragers, you might just have all of those bees at once coming out and doing their orientation flights and their figure eights and whatnot. So it
Mhm.
just looks like all the bees are coming out to swarm. But you're just gonna, if you just watch them for a few minutes, you'll see they're not really going anywhere.
Absolutely. Okay.
And then we have guarding. So a few bees checking arrivals is normal security, not invasion. So if you again, if you just watch the outside of your hive for, 10, 15 minutes, you'll be able to start recognizing different behaviors and seeing the difference between them.
Mm.
So guarding is normal, and that's why keeping that entrance on the smaller side so that they have less area to guard would be great, so they don't have to send a lot of them out there to be guarding. You can also notice too, maybe sometimes they're a little more aggressive to you when you go down near the hives, where typically other times they don't care if you're near there. So there could be an issue with robbing at that point that you weren't aware of. Like, why am I going down to my hive and the bees are suddenly like kind of coming at me a little bit? That's very
Right.
unusual. Typically, it's the time of year. Could be robbing going on that you hadn't seen before. Could be pests coming by, like bigger pests, animals. Something's clearly going on that they are not wanting anybody near that hive. So I would,
Mhm.
look into that further and do a little bit of searching to see what's
Absolutely.
going on.
So I just wanted to Top said if a queen lays, this is so cool because I never he broke it down. If a queen lays 1,500 eggs a day for 10 days, then you will have 1,500
Hmm.
orientation flights for 10 days. That's just, I mean, I never thought about it like that. Of course, I wouldn't, but that's so cool.
That's
I
great.
love
Yeah,
that.
that makes total sense. That's why you'll see so
So
many out
many.
there.
Yep. That's so thank you, Tops, for doing
Mhm.
I like when people think like that and I don't. Thank you.
Mhm. It's math. I don't
It's
often
math. I
think
don't
math.
yeah, no, I'm good. Okay. All right.
Oh,
So
and so I'm glad you said that out loud, because Wilson Family USA beekeeper did ask how much brood is hatching exactly. And
exactly.
so
Mhm.
you already said it out
There
loud.
you
So that's
go.
great. That
And
is great.
Wilson family, thank you so much for joining and interacting today. We love it. So
Mhm.
I use rolled hardware cloth so it's completely open but has a small entrance. Okay. All
Mhm.
right.
Great. Whatever works for you. I think that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to go out and buy anything either. If you have things on hand like that, whatever works. It sounds great.
No, Tap. Thank you for sure. I appreciate the math for that. Okay. So let's now here is okay. Remember, Kim said earlier, what's the act now, think fast? Well, we
Mhm.
certainly haven't acted now, and
Are we gonna act? We've got
we
to
haven't
act.
thought now, we haven't acted fast. So let's get to that and what we're gonna do because
Okay.
we're gonna
Hurry,
start.
hurry. They are robbing, like
Sorry,
right
we have
now.
to. Well, we got to start with prevention. Prevention starts before the panic sets in.
I'm panicked.
So we want robbing prevention. So if we can prevent it, that's most likely what's going to cause it to not happen, of
That's
course.
true. You're
So
right.
keep your inspections tidy, guys. This is important. No dripping frames. Keep your supers covered. Work efficiently through the dearth. I know everybody has maybe not everybody, but I see beekeepers that don't necessarily clean up after themselves, and that's not a good thing. You will see those robbers coming in after that. So make sure you're cleaning up your spills. Please,
Well,
please, please.
I just look at it
Mhm.
like that, like the fact that we are going into their home, and yeah, we need things from them. It's a give and take, but they like their home to be neat
They
and tidy.
do.
So if we go in there and we start messing it up, and even if it's the accident, I don't mean to. I'm clumsy. I've let things fall and spill.
Mhm.
I just want to clean it up. I don't want to leave them with you know that they have to use extra resources
Yeah,
to be able to
to
keep
clean
themselves
and
safe. Yeah.
yeah,
Or yeah, even to waste extra
energy
energy to clean.
cleaning.
Yeah.
That and I like to tidy up after myself because I don't want anything else coming into my bee yard either.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. When I
that's
took all the
mhm.
that comb the other week because I don't need the bear or anything else
Yes.
smelling all that. So.
Exactly. Let me look. I see from Aaron over here, I tend to leave my insurance reducers on throughout much of the summer to minimize robbing. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Reduce entrances.
Hmm.
That's the next one.
Oh,
Ah,
how did
Aaron.
Aaron know?
Aaron, how did you know that? Okay, so reduce entrances. Aaron, thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Small, weak hives defend a doorway better than a garage door, clearly, right? So
Hmm.
you can reduce your entrances like Aaron, keep them small, keep them narrow, keep the pests, keep the robbers out.
Hmm.
Um, this is when I also, if I know it's going to be robbing season, I know that dearth is here. Use your internal feeder. Start using your in-hive feeder. Use the top feeder. We'll get into that in a second.
Hmm.
Avoid open feeding, like we talked about that. We got into that. We talked about it. This is the time to maybe avoid that open feeding. And feed with care. So make sure you're not leaking.
Hmm.
Feed all your colonies needing feeds or feed them all at the same time if you can.
Great
You don't want to
idea.
go in and feed one at one time and then another, at
Mhm.
another time. So take care of everybody at the same time and no leaking.
No leaking.
No leaking, guys. Okay.
We have a comment from Erin on, or did you say that one? Oh, never mind, you did. Sorry. I'm late to that one. Next one from Little
Next.
Black Lab. Don't throw burr comb on the ground around your colonies. That is
No, I save
great
my burr
advice.
comb.
Yep. I had to pick up mine the other week when I was checking my hives. I had some burr comb with drone brood in it, so I did not want to leave that laying around. So I picked that
What do
up.
you do with your burr comb? What does
Well,
everybody do with your burr
yeah, good
combs?
question. What do you do with
Little
it?
black lab, what do you do with yours? Kim, what do you do with yours?
Well, if it doesn't have larvae in it, I
Mhm.
will use it and
Yep.
we'll melt it down. If it still has larvae in it, I'm gonna feed it to my chickens. They
Yes,
love
ma'am.
some drone
Yep.
larvae.
Same. If it doesn't have the larva in it, I'll save it and melt it down. If it has the larva in it, I mean, I don't know.
Well, you can get rid of it away from your
That's what we
hive,
do.
you
We throw it
know?
away. I don't put it there right by my hive.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you eventually step on it and the wife gets mad when you track it in the house, for
Yes,
sure,
Tops,
Tops. But in my
exactly.
situation, it's me. I step on it, which I actually did that time too. I stepped on it, flattened it.
Oh, little black lab, set recycle it on foundation.
Smart. See, I'm
Great
glad we asked
idea.
you.
You know what?
Mhm.
I'm gonna start just saving my burr comb for that then.
That's
That's a
such a
great
great
idea. Unless
idea.
it's really clean. You know what I mean? You know what? Not a bad idea.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
great. And I wanted to mention for Wilson Family USA Beekeeper, I always have the reduced entrance with the hardware cloth wide open but easy for them to guard. That's a great idea. Thank you for sharing that. And then they went on to say, I felt it down to, oh, maybe they're talking about their burr comb. I felt it down to paint empty frames. I used muslin cloth before putting it in the crop.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing that.
I love that. There's so much you can do with wax, and I have been learning so much about wax lately. So,
Mm-hmm.
Top says I have a little plastic container that I put it in until you render it. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
That's what I put all my propolis in.
Yes, ma'am. Same. I have a big chunk of propolis too. I need to make some more tincture.
Well, we should do that in an upcoming live.
Yes. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, Well, I feel like you should talk about this one. You have well, we can both talk about it.
Oh, 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 this
The
one?
man lake robbing prevention, or did we go through the other one, or am I too quick again? Did I go forward?
No, you're good. We're talking
Okay.
about the yes, yes, we can talk about this. This is fine.
Yeah, we have a lot of, well, I
Wait,
shouldn't
wait.
say a lot. We have
Yeah, we're good.
a few different options for robbing prevention because now we got to take care of the problem. We figured out what's going on. We took our steps, and yeah, we got to calm down. We don't panic right away, right? Tell myself, don't panic. Follow the steps. Figure out what the issue is. Go around, see what we can do initially, like to start everything, and then now, what are we gonna do to prevent it?
Exactly.
We can get some screens.
We can get some screens.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Just I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep, we have the universal IPM robbing screen
Hmm.
available. This one I have. I'm gonna try it. I Now would be the time. I mean, we're there's still
Hmm.
mine haven't been robbing. I think we're a little bit behind
Yeah.
everybody else here.
Mhm.
So what I might do since I do have this one is actually put it on. I'll show you guys when I put it on. I'll make a little video
Oh,
and then yeah,
perfect.
we can do that. And then the entrance reducer, of course. And then on here is a nuke moving robbing screen if you
Hmm.
wanted to use something like that for your nuke boxes because those get robbed too, of course.
Right.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, also more of how you can act now, what you can do is this. These are going to be some
Hmm.
feeders, some different kind of feeding options during this time of year.
Perfect.
Um, I know I've used all both of these. I've
Okay.
used both of these feeders. I've also used the mason jar with a
Hmm.
boardman. I really like the top feeder.
Hmm.
I love that kind because I used to use the pro feeder, but I don't know. I don't want to go into the hive and have to pull it out and disturb anything. I really like the ease of the top feeder and just being able to go over, pour it in, cover,
Hmm.
and go. Super easy.
That's great. I'm glad you like that one.
Hmm. Um, Also, what is super important to remember if you are going to be using a liquid feed with an in-hive feeder is to make sure you're checking if you're not using something that if you're using something that has the ability to ferment, you want to go in and check it
Hmm.
every day, every couple of days, especially in this really hot weather because it will ferment. You do not want to feed your bees fermented feed. That's not a good thing
Absolutely
to do.
not.
So there are products you can get that you can add if you want to do that. That will help that from happening. You can also just get Pro Sweet. That's something we carry. But
Hmm.
yeah, just make sure you're checking if you have an in-hive feeder.
Yep. Same thing with your hummingbird feeders. You don't want to leave that sugar water on there too long, so you do want to check after a few days.
Absolutely. Top says he used top feeders. I'm not surprised. Top used top feeders. Okay. And then just remember though, especially our newer beekeepers, new beekeepers, remove your honey supers before you're doing in-hive feeders on top feeders. Make sure you're
Hmm.
removing your supers.
Yes, yes. We don't
Mhm.
want to be making some honey that they usually sell in the stores,
Ah, goodness
which
now.
is why we're doing the whole letter to stop that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, guys, if you haven't seen it, be sure to hop
Hmm.
over to our socials. We'll talk about it again real quick. This is a good time to just slow down for a
Yeah.
second. Again, our wonderful CEO, Rob Wright, has sent out a communication advising of a letter that will be sent out to RFK tomorrow and what we're doing is just it's was sent out to our customers advising of a letter that we'll be sending. So if you want to take a look at that, that's on our socials. Get over there, sign it if you want to. Um, Reach out to us. We're happy to send you the jot form, but it will be going to him tomorrow, the 31st.
Hmm.
So, mhm. Okay. All right. Yum. Can we move
Okay.
on? Oh,
Yeah.
there we
We'll
go.
move on.
Okay.
All right. Well, so what do we do if the robbing starts? Well, we'll tell you. All right. So the goal is to make the target hive hard to smell and hard to enter. You want to be fast, calm, and boring. That's great. I love that. I like that really. All
Yes.
right. So number one, you'll want to reduce the entrance immediately, which we've talked about, and that's a great way to get started. So this is a great checklist, so we don't start panicking as I might do. So I'm gonna keep this available to myself. So reduce the entrance immediately. So great time around now. As Steph said, we're in the northeast region, so we're a little bit behind some other folks, and we haven't noticed much robbing. But it'd be a great time right now to reduce the entrance. And then you'll want to add a robbing screen if you have one available. And we have some great ones that Steph went over and really easy to use. Number three, you'd want to close any gaps and cover any exposed honey or syrup and clean up, the hive. So that would be number four. You could stop open feeding and clean up any spills. And five, you'll want to avoid long inspections until the pressure drops. So that's another thing we didn't really mention. But what if you have to do an inspection? Well, you're going to want to kind of
Yeah.
test out the weather, see how their behavior is. If you do have to go in there and inspect, of course you need to. You've got to see what's
Yeah.
going on if it's been a couple weeks. Check their, when you go to open it, just check their behavior, and don't be alarmed if it seems different this time of year. If they seem a little more aggressive, where
They will
previously
be.
you haven't had to suit up, and you go in there this time and you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening
It's
to my
okay.
hive? They're so angry. No, it's temporary. Don't
They're not
worry.
mad at you.
Yeah, they're just mad in general. You know
They're
how
just
we all get.
angry.
We're just yeah.
They're like me on
Yep.
any given day. It's fine,
So
guys.
just be calm. Just know what you want to do. Have a little checklist for yourself of exactly
Diane.
why you're going in the hive in the first place, and make it quick. If
Diane's here. Hi,
Oh, great.
Diane.
Hello, Diane. It's good to see you, hear you, whatever. But thanks for coming. We can't hear anyone.
We can't hear you, Diane, but thank you.
But yeah, just make your inspections quick if you can. And if you have to wait, then so be it. And
Yes.
then number six, you'll want to check whether the colony is queen right, strong enough, and healthy. And that goes with number five. So have a plan when you want to go in your hive to do an inspection this time of year. It's just going to be maybe a couple weeks that they're going to act a
Yeah.
little differently. And so you just want to know what you're looking for. If you already know ahead of time what you're looking for, then your movements will be deliberate. You can be calm. You can see what you need to see and close it up and move along.
Get going. Just get out of the
Mhm.
hive. Don't make them angrier.
Right, but this is a great checklist. So if you're interested, you can save this or
Yeah.
take a screenshot
Or
and
let
keep
me
it on
know.
hand.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we can get it to you for sure. And I do have some just where I got some of this information. The rabbing behavior I found from University of Florida and Penn State Extension. And then this other information here, I'm not sure I can Lake of Man, Lake Man by the Lake. I don't know how we say things around here. So yes, you can look here, and any information about what we've spoken on today can be found on our socials. Go look at that letter from our CEO, Rob Ray.
Mhm.
Amazing things can happen because if you guys
Mhm.
share out that jot form. Again, guys, we only have until tomorrow to get that signed, get it sent out. It's going tomorrow to um, RFK. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. If you have any questions about this or robbing in general, please let us know. We're happy to
Mhm.
help. Um,
Wilson Family USA Beekeeper wants to know: is there a best time for inspection during the robbing season?
mm, I would just say when they look like maybe like Kim said earlier, just go in there. I would go at probably the coolest time of the day was when I try and go if I have to do during robbing season, which I had to do this weekend and it wasn't pleasant because the weather just wasn't nice. But I
Mhm.
tried to plan to go when it was cool, a little cooler because it was just going to be hot. And I would plan for a cooler time of day when it's not gonna be any rain anytime near because, that does affect them
Mhm.
too. They'll feel that bariatric pressure. So I
Yes.
would look for a cooler time, where you can just go in quickly, see what's happening, get in, get out, and carry on because the heat does affect them too. That I find personally that if I inspect when it's cooler because the hotter it is, especially during a dearth, the more aggressive they're going to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
That's true.
Russians, so I
Yeah.
don't want to really, make them
Mm-hmm.
angry.
Right. I would pick a time where most of the foragers would be out too. But
Yeah,
during robbing season, there might not be out and about as
right.
much because there's not much going on for them. So you're just going to have to see just sometime during the day. I wouldn't go in the evening, but I would go sometime, midday. So I've heard people going maybe 10 a.m., something like that. But
Yeah,
as
that's
Steph said, yeah,
mhm.
like if you can pick a little bit of a cooler day, but you just might need to make those inspections a lot quicker this time of year and go with intention, like know what you're trying to look for.
Let's see here. Little Black Lab, go look on our FB page. I don't want to get flagged. So go look there. I wonder if I can share the link here. Hang on just a second.
Oh,
Maybe I
that's a great
can.
idea.
One
Yeah.
moment. I'll put the link down here in the chat, guys. Let me know if you can get it. One
Yeah.
second.
I think it's going to depend on your bees, Wilson family. My bees do not care for me to go in there before dark. I had to go in
Yeah.
there briefly, like real brief. I'm saying, like I wanted to take my propolis trap off, and I went in about 7:30. It was probably 7 because it was very light still, and it was very warm, not super hot. It was like nice. So I thought, okay, great. I'll just quick open it up and take it out. And they, right, just by doing that, they did not like that at all. So I mean, they were fine. They just, you can kind of tell their behavior. So me personally, I wouldn't go that late anymore, even for an inspection. But everyone's bees are different. So,
Everyone's bees are different,
mhm,
and that's also could be a controversial subject too. I know Kim
mhm,
and I have discussed because different people will go in their
exactly,
hives at different
yeah, and they
times.
might not have an issue. So I just know for myself,
I won't.
I'm not doing it. I'm
No.
not doing early morning, and I'm not doing before dark. But that's just me.
Okay, guys, if you are on the YT, and again, I'm sorry, there's some things we can't say because we're on multiple channels here and we're learning all of this. But if you're on TubeU, I have put the link in there for you.
It
So
works.
if you
She said it
great,
works. Thank
awesome, there
you.
you are. If you are on the TT and you need it, reach out, let me know here in the chat while if we have a minute. I'll be more than happy to get that over to you. Not a problem. But otherwise, guys, I guess that's all we have, huh?
Okay.
It's been so much
Very informative.
fun. Yes. Did
Thank you
any
for all this robbing information.
Yes. Oh, and can I say thank you TT for the 20.5K likes?
Wow.
I
Thank you so
know.
much,
Thank you
everybody.
so much.
You
What
are
is happening?
amazing.
Amazing. I can't
Thank you, Bob. I
even.
know it's because of Bob.
It has to be
Bob and
Bob. Bob
Tops.
and Tops. Yep, amazing. I can't
Just kidding. I know it
even.
was a lot of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
If we missed you, we apologize. We do
Thank you
try to
so
see.
much. And then thank you over I just guys, thank you so much. We are still trying to roll out everything so we can do it all on one platform, and it's been so much fun. So we really do like seeing everybody from
Hmm.
everywhere all at one time. It's so interesting and we
It's
really
fun.
appreciate it. It's just fun having everybody. So if you have any ideas for upcoming lives that you'd like to see us do or have any questions, we're more
TPs.
than happy we're more than happy to discuss. And otherwise, get that petition out there, guys. Get it out
Little Black
there.
Lab did. Thank you so much. That's
Yes, thank
great.
you. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful. Thank you
Rob is
so
going to
much.
thank you personally.
I think he already did in the
Hmm.
letter.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Rob does thank you. Rob thanks everyone. So thank you so much. We do this every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then sometimes we throw some special ones out there and sometimes even on exclusive platforms. So we will let you know as we do that. But thank you, Kim. Thank you as always. Guys, it's been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will see you next Thursday.
Sounds wonderful. I hope you all have a
Okay.
wonderful rest of your day. Thank you
Yes.
for joining us
No
tonight.
robbing.
And I'll talk to you later, Steph. Enjoy
Yes,
your
ma'am.
day.
Yep. Clean up after your spills, guys.
Clean it up.
Clean it up. Keep it clean. All right. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.